I'm Jocelinne Martinez, and I'm currently pursuing my master's in business analytics at TCU. I also did my undergrad at Texas Christian University in fashion merchandising, where I double minored in French and business. I graduated from my undergrad in 2024, and I am set to graduate for my master's in 2025. Before starting my MS Business Analytics program here at TCU Neeley, I was actually earning my bachelor's degree in fashion merchandising with a double minor in French and business. And during that time, I was very immersed in the fashion industry, balancing multiple commitments that really strengthened my leadership and analytical thinking and creativity. I was a community scholar, which basically I had a full ride to TCU, but I also have to maintain academic requirements and service requirements. So for example, we had to do 20 hours of community service each month, as well as doing those professional developments. And at the same time, I was also working in the fashion industry with Kate Spade and a local boutique called Hell House. I was really gaining those hands-on experiences on retail industry, trend forecasting, and those customer engagement. And my involvement also extended beyond work. I also volunteered at the Fort Worth Fashion Show, and I also attended exclusive events with Pierre Cardin. I also played a key role in producing 2 student fashion shows here at TCU, and beyond those structured roles, I also pursued my passion for fashion and branding by styling friends on the side and also establishing a reputation as like the go-to fashion advisor at TCU. And this allowed me to blend my creative instincts and my business acumen by really reinforcing my ability to analyze those market trends and consumer behavior, and really managing those commitments honed by time management and adaptability and problem-solving skills, and ultimately leading me to the world of business analytics, where I'm now applying those data-driven insights into those strategic decision making. During my undergraduate studies at TCU, I minored in business because I was always drawn to the strategic side of the industry, and even with the fashion merchandising, business played a big role in regards to marketing, supply chain, and even analytics and entrepreneurship. I wanted to expand beyond fashion and really dive deeper into the business world. So as graduation approached, I was actively searching for jobs, and I even landed interviews with Dillard's and Lefty Productions, but something fell off. I had that sense of incompleteness, and deep down I knew that I wasn't quite finished with my educational journey. So one day in late April, I received an email from Ariela Martinez, who is the admissions officer for the MSBA at TCU. And the subject line basically read, "Still unsure of postgrad plans?" And it just stopped my tracks. It really felt like a sign. And I opened it and read it, and it was basically the interdisciplinary nature of business analytics, and I was completely drawn to how combined data-driven strategy and problem solving and business impact. And it really dove deeper to the program's brochure, and I was completely amazed by Neeley's commitment to hands-on learning, industry connections, and those technical skill building like SQL, Python. And the structure of the program was designed not just to teach, but also to really prepare students to thrive in the real-world business environment. I have formed incredible friendships and built strong professional connections, and even found mentors who really guided me along the way. And the MSBA program has truly deepened my love for TCU, and I feel more connected than ever before. TCU has filled me with incredible highlights, from receiving the most advanced French award to attending those Pierre Cardin events, or even creating two diverse multicultural fashion shows, or even experiencing the unforgettable 2022 football season. But hands down, the highlight of my TCU journey was absolutely representing the university at New York Fashion Week through a collaboration with CLC and WME Fashion, which are organizations and a company that come together to help students really see the backside of the fashion industry. And at TCU, every semester there's one student that is chosen to represent TCU at New York Fashion Week through a contest. And I had already applied 2 times for it, but it was my final semester, and I told myself, why not? Why not try one more time? So I put it together, showcasing a day in the life as a fashion student at TCU, using clips from my textile testing class and my merchandising classes, as well as a visit that I did to Neiman Marcus in Dallas. And I submitted it without overthinking or just really assuming that I'd have the same outcome. But then a week later, I saw my inbox and I almost fainted from joy from actually being and receiving the opportunity to represent TCU. And, the trip was nothing short of magical. It was a 4-day experience throughout February. And the first day, all the students from across the nation that got selected to represent their schools at New York Fashion Week arrived in New York. We stayed at our own hotel rooms, and we had a mixer event that night to really get to know each other. And my goal that night was to make as many friends as I can. And I actually did end up befriending 2 students from UT Austin and 1 student from the University of Oklahoma that I still currently speak to today. And then later that night with that same group, we spontaneously went to Times Square to really take in that energy of the city. And then on day 2, we went to the backstage access of New York Fashion Week, and we actually got to take some professional modeling headshots, which is amazing. And we met the team of Tresemme, and we even got customized sweatshirts because we went to the Champions flagship store and the headquarters. It's just amazing. And on the 3rd day, we went to the Songjian fashion show. And funny enough, we ended up the night in the most unexpected yet beautiful way, because we accidentally ended up celebrating the Lunar Year in Chinatown. So it's just amazing. So this trip wasn't just about fashion, but to me it was really about growth and connection and really embracing opportunities. And it really reminded me of the power of persistence and really taking those chances even when you think that the odds are not in your favor. But more than anything, just representing TCU and New York Fashion Week was a full circle moment, and really a testament of how my time at this university has shaped me into someone who, confidently pursues dreams and builds meaningful connections and really experiences every experience with excitement. With fashion merchandising, it has really provided me with a strong foundation in creativity, strategic thinking, and market analysis. One of the most impactful experiences that I had in my undergrad was a collaboration with Allegra Products during my product development class, where my team and I designed a tracksuit collection for Paris Hilton. And this project essentially required us to do customer segmentation, market research, and marketing campaign development, which are all essential when it comes to business analytics. And now as part of Neeley and Associates consulting program, I'm leveraging these skills in a real world setting. So my team and I are consulting for Alcom Pharma, where I'm applying that expertise in marketing campaign building to develop a strategic plan that essentially aligns with the business objectives. And the ability to really craft the targeted and data-driven marketing strategies is something that I first explored in fashion, and it has directly translated into that analytical problem solving in consulting, and additionally, my experience in organization and future planning and strategic execution within the fashion merchandising has proven invaluable in my supply chain course. And in our class, we actually ran a supply and demand simulation, and my team secured first place due to my prior knowledge of how shipment logistics and order fulfillment works like, which is a skill that I developed in my time working in the fashion industry. Organizing both the Black Excellence Through Decades fashion show and the Multicultural Fashion Show at TCU has really taught me the invaluable lesson of clear communication, leadership, and also setting those boundaries. So one of the biggest challenges we faced, especially in our multicultural fashion show, was the misalignment in our leadership team. And there were moments where the vision show wasn't necessarily clear, or it was leading to confusion among the models and the production team. And we struggled with decisions about music selection, model pacing, and even poetry that we were planning to incorporate. All which essentially created uncertainty and stress leading up to the event. And on top of that, we also dealt with outside influences, people who weren't necessarily part of the leadership team that were also trying to impose their ideas on how the show should be run. And this created that tension and behind the scenes, making it very difficult to move forward smoothly. And ultimately, my team and I recognized that the way to regain the control was through open, structured communication. A couple weeks before the actual show, we had a conversation where we clearly defined everybody's roles and their responsibilities, and ensuring that we all stayed within our lanes. And additionally, we set firm boundaries with those external voices who were not part of that leadership team, making it clear that while we welcome input, the final decisions have to come from us organizers. And by the time that the show came together, we had transformed complete chaos into cohesion, and models felt confident, the team was aligned, and the event was a total success. I realized that leadership isn't just about making those decisions, but it's about creating clarity, fostering that teamwork, and standing firm when essentially needed. And those lessons I'll carry with me far beyond not just the runway, but also in business analytics. One of the most important lessons that I've carried with me through Kate Spade, Hill House, or even my graduate assistant job that I'm currently at as a marketing analyst is the power of saying yes to opportunities, even when they seem outside my comfort zone. At Kate Spade, I initially joined with the goal of gaining that retail experience, but because I was open to new challenges, I was actually given many opportunities to help with window displaying, visual merchandising, and this hands-on experience really taught me the importance of visual merchandising and how strategic placement and that aesthetic appeal can really impact customer engagement and sales. And as regards to Hill House, I didn't just work the sales floor at the boutique, but I was proactive in learning more about the pricing strategies and product naming. And by saying yes to assisting with these tasks, I gained a valuable insight into retail pricing structures, especially at the smaller business level, and also really understanding how businesses determine markups, profitability, and also that brand positioning through that creative product names. In total, I probably named about probably more than 500 garments. Is quite a bit, and I loved every single part of it. And I believe that these experiences really taught me that growth really happens when you embrace those new opportunities. Every time I step into a new challenge, I gain skills that I probably would have not have learned otherwise. And I believe that this mindset has really carried me into my career, whether it's taking on new analytics project as a project manager, or building marketing campaigns with Alcon, or really leading initiatives at TCU. I know that for sure by saying yes, it can absolutely open those doors to those unexpected but also rewarding experiences. When I first started the MSBA program, I had no idea just how diverse the field of analytics was. I thought business analytics was just more about numbers, but through courses that I've taken like data visualization, business analytics, and machine learning, I quickly learned that it's about storytelling, problem solving, and also uncovering those insights that drive decisions. And so I explored the field and I discovered that there's three primary career paths. There's a data analyst, data scientist, and data engineer, and each essentially play a unique role in the world of data. However, it wasn't until I looked more advanced courses and worked as a marketing analyst as a graduate assistant here at Neeley that it truly resonated with me of becoming essentially an analyst. And for me, analytics is like learning a language of storytelling through data. And just like when I was learning French in my undergrad, it really requires practice and pattern recognition and also application to become proficient. There's a certain art to looking into data and finding those hidden narratives and turning those insights into actionable business strategies. And that process really excites me. And looking ahead, I think my full dream would be actually a lead as an analyst at a couture fashion house like Hermes, or maybe for a conglomerate like LVMH, where I could really blend those passions for fashion and data. And I really want to use analytics to help luxury brands make smarter decisions, whether it's forecasting trends or optimizing those supply chains, or maybe even understanding the consumer based on a deeper level. And I believe that the MSBA program now has only sharpened my technical skills, but it also has shaped my vision for what I want my future to be. And I believe that it has shown me that data is not just numbers, but it's also a tool to drive that creativity and strategy and innovation. And that's essentially what I will try to plan to do with my career. One of my most valuable skills that I've gained in the MSBA program directly impacts my role as a marketing analyst at TCU, which is data visualization. And before the program, I didn't fully realize how powerful charts and graphs and dashboards could be in shaping business decisions. But now I see them as essential tools for storytelling through data, and basically a skill that I apply every day. And in my role, I essentially draft month-over-month reports and create performance reports on our newsletter campaigns, and really analyzing their impact on both alumni and current students. And by leveraging these data visualization techniques, I also translate email engagement metrics into more of the clear and actionable insights that could help our team refine the messaging and really optimize content and improve essentially overall outreach. And additionally, I'm also doing a side project where I'm working on the YouTube audit for the Neeley channel, which is still in progress. But the goal is to clean up most of the content and really analyze those viewership trends and really identify opportunities for improvement using what I've learned in my courses. And I've been able to break down that engagement data and really help the team understand which type of videos resonate with most of our audience. And through this experience, I've learned that data is not just as valuable, but it's also how you communicate it. And with the MSBA program, I believe that I've gotten the skills not only to analyze, but also to tell those compelling stories, whether it's through YouTube or the email campaigns that we do at Neeley. The biggest advice that I could give to prospective TCU students, or just students in general that are interested in the business analytics program, is that you get what you put into the program. So this isn't just about a degree, but it's essentially an opportunity to build those connections, gain that hands-on experience, and shape your future career. And be proactive, engage in those class discussions, ask questions, and don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. The more involved you are and the more recognition you'll get not just from professors, but from peers and industry professionals and essentially the whole TCU community. And this recognition often turns into those unexpected opportunities, whether it's landing a job or connecting with a mentor or being invited to those exclusive networking events. Also be open-minded and curious. Business analytics is a vast field, and it's the best way that people can make the most of by exploring different areas, and whether it's data visualization or financial modeling or even marketing. You might come into a program thinking that you'll follow one path, but only to discover that you're a completely different passion along the way, just like kind of how I found that I was really interested in analytics. And finally, I would say to make as many friends as you can. Really surround yourself with those like-minded individuals that will not only make the experience as an MSBA more enjoyable, but potentially open those doors for collaboration and support and those long-term connections in your career. And this program is basically what you make out of it. So take every opportunity, stay curious, and really immerse yourself within the experience.